All right, welcome back to Lift Fit Coaching. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the concept to rower or indoor rowing in general. Indoor rowing is something that's really growing across the world because it's a really safe and highly effective tool to use within your home or in the gym as a safe, low impact conditioning tool. It's awesome for a low impact training option that can really help build a ton of aerobic capacity and strength. And it's just a huge bang for your buck movement. So let's talk about how to get set up on the rower. We'll go through the actual technique of how to do that. So let's jump in here. So as I sit on the rower, I want to have the foot pads adjusted to a point where I can have the straps come across right over the ball of the foot. Okay, so like the widest part of the foot is where you want that strap to come across. Okay, if your foot is too high or if you're too low, you're not going to get the same sort of power. You're not going to be anchored correctly on this, so you can rotate around that ball of your foot. So you get that strapped in there. Okay, so what the rower is I mean, it simulates you actually being on water without actually being there. It's a completely different feel than actually rowing on water. But what this is not necessarily a hinging pattern. This is more of a squat pattern. So I'll bend my knees and then I'll keep my core in my upper back nice and engaged, and I'll push through my legs and pull here. So in order to get set up on this, I have my feet strapped in. Now there's a few different phases to this. There's the catch where you're reaching forward, and then there's the pull, and there's a finish. Okay? And after that, you return to the catch. Okay? So a huge error that you'll find that I see all the time within gyms around the world with CrossFit athletes, especially, or people just trying to get work done on this thing, is they don't think about, imagining if you're actually in the water. If you're actually holding an oar in your hands, if you do this while you're going back to try to get ready for another pull, you're sticking your oar in the water and you're getting nothing done. You're stopping your boat. Okay, so the biggest thing to remember is think about pulling a clean off the floor. You want the bar to be moving in a straight path. That means I also want this chain connected to the rower to be moving in a straight line. I want this handle to be moving in a straight line forward and back, okay? So in order to do this, whenever you're picking it up, you have your core engaged. I'll lean forward instead of just bending forward. I'm gonna lean forward at the hip, grab it, you'll reach forward, and then you'll push through the legs. You get to just a slight lean. You're mostly still straight up and down. You're pushed through the legs like a squat. And once you reach extension, you'll simultaneously just finish pulling it to the bottom of your chest. Okay? There's no reason to pull it all the way up to your neck. That's a waste of energy because it's not about the arm pull or this back row. That's just the finish to get the remainder of the length. Okay? The major pull comes from your legs. And so for those of you who like to lean way back here, you're not getting much done. You're just fatiguing your core, you're limiting your ability to breathe, and it's just making it harder to get a really efficient, productive stroke, okay? So again, I'm here, I'm gonna push with my legs, and then I'll get a slight lean and finish the pull. Now to come back, I'm going to do it in reverse. I'm going to first straighten my arms, and then I'll get a slight lean forward, a slight hinge forward. Okay? Now I've reached the point of my knees, and then I'll bend my knees and keep that angle in my back until I get to a point where my shin is almost vertical. Depending on your ankle mobility, your feet remain more flat or not, but it's okay if they rotate down or rotate up off of the up here off of the foot pads. That's okay, as long as we're not just pushing through our toes. So we'll talk about that here in a second. Okay, so as I reach forward, I'm hinged forward, I come to about a vertical shin. There's no point in trying to go further, like bending my knees further, otherwise you're just gonna put unnecessary pressure on your knees. So you go to about a vertical shin. And it's okay if you lean a little or reach a little bit further forward, because as you catch, you're gonna engage everything. So I'm getting to this position where I'm ready to catch and pull, okay? As I reach forward, now what I'm gonna do is I'm first going to re-engage my upper back. So you see I pull those shoulders back and set those shoulders. My arms remain straight as I push through my legs. So I rotate those heels back down and I push through the heel to get through that next pull and finish, okay? So going from start to finish, okay? I'm gonna take it off, reach forward, engage, push, arms, hinge, catch, and then push, arms, hinge, catch, push, arms, hinge, catch, push. Then you're able to get a nice, efficient pull, okay? And again, it's okay to kind of lean forward to kind of get more length in your stroke, as long as you reset your back before you try to pull again. That helps you get nice and efficient. And again, your arms are straight the entire time until you've finished pushing with your legs. If you bend your arms too early, you're losing power and you're killing your arms. You're gonna burn out pretty quick, okay? After this, it's just a matter of learning the breathing that works for you, okay? To really brace well for every pull, you're going to inhale on the way forward and exhale as you pull, okay? This is nice, smooth motion. And of course, once you got the technique down, then it's just a matter of being able to apply the strength you're getting from your other strength work. You definitely, at Olympic Coaching, we always encourage doing the barbell, the base strength work, because ultimately that puts you at a better advantage to pull harder and do better in your conditioning, okay? So this is the indoor rower, the Concept 2 rower. It's super efficient, super helpful. It's a great thing to keep in your home. It's one of the best machines that you can possibly purchase for your own home. Also extremely helpful for any kind of professional commercial setup. And one note that we want to say about athletes, this is an amazing piece of equipment in order to build capacity in the quads, the posterior, in the thoracic control, the core strength and stability, with a low impact movement that's not going to beat up your joints too bad for all of you high impact athletes. So take this into note, work on rowing. Rowing is an amazing piece for bang for your buck, for building aerobic capacity, and even doing zone 2 cardio for active recovery.